Here in the small township of Thebes, Israeli leader Lycos has laid claim to territory owned by Palestinian leader Creon and his family. Creon's daughter, Megara, now married to the resistance fighter Herakles, is the latest target since the assassination of her father Creon by Lycos only a few months ago. We were allowed access to the temple built by Herakles, where his mother Amphitryon, wife Megara and his children are claiming sanctuary from the demands of Lycos. Lycos has designated the whole of Creon and Herakles' family as terrorists and seeks the death penalty as a means of enforcing their claim to the land. We spoke with Amphitryon a few hours after the death sentence was announced.
I am Amphitryon, grandchild of Perseus, mother to the demigod Herakles. This is my new home, Thebes, the place where Creon's daughter Megara wed my brave son Herakles. While Herakles has been gone, Thebes has suffered a civil war and is now ruled by our enemy Lycos, the murderer of Creon. Herakles is away, down in Hades, and this new queen, this Lycos, is intent upon one murder after another until she has killed Herakles' wife, his sons, and me too. And so we wait, mother, sons and I, at the altar of Zeus, as God's suppliants. Herakles himself, my own brave son, set up this monument to commemorate one of his great victories. But while we hide here, we have nothing. No food, nor drink, nothing but the bare earth to sit on.
The situation seems bleak in the temple where their family take refuge. The sound of military airstrikes and bombardments is never really far away, and there is growing unrest among the people of Thebes. We have received unconfirmed reports that Herakles and his fighters are away on a mission codenamed Hades. It is believed that this mission is to retrieve weaponry known only as Cerberus, but as yet we cannot substantiate these claims. If Herakles were to bring back a weapon, then tensions could easily escalate into a full-scale humanitarian crisis for both sides within only a matter of weeks. In the meantime, the mother of Herakles' children and daughter of Creon must only wait and pray that the sanctity of the temple can keep her and her children safe until her husband returns.
My father, Creon, is dead. Lycos has taken his kingdom, and now I'm forced to hide here with my sons and my husband's mother. Fortune is gone. They and I will be killed. They are so young and so confused. And so they ask for their father, and so I tell them all sorts of stories. So, what now? What hope can you give us? What solution can you think of? Soldiers too powerful and too many for us are guarding every path out of this city, so we can't even run away from here.
The international community continue to monitor the situation, but seem powerless to intervene whilst tensions run so high between both sides. This is Jane Green, reporting for BBC World News.
I have come to this high-roofed palace,
a singer of sad songs and lament.
I am nothing but a voice.
Nothing but a ghost, a dark ghost in the darkness of dark dreams.
Poor boys, fatherless boys.
And you, poor woman, and you, poor mother, who weeps for her husband who is in the halls of Hades.
Let the lost help the lost.
And once you, Kate Spears and I, next to each other.
Fought and won wars together, for your glorious country.
Poor boys, you can see their father's misfortunes in them. His greatness is not missing either.
Oh, Greece.
What allies you will lose if you lose these boys.
Look there, Lycos is coming this way.
I have but a single question for you two, mother and wife of Herakles. How much longer do you want to prolong your lives? What hope do you see? What do you think will save you from your death? Herakles is dead. He is now the son of Zeus. Herakles killed beasts. That took some courage, I grant him that much. But in all other things, he's a coward. A man shows his courage by standing his ground and dealing with the vast gap his enemy's peers have cut into his own ranks. That's courage. That's bravery. I am ruler here because I have killed Creon, this woman's father. Therefore, her sons cannot be allowed to live to punish me for it.
You dare slander Herakles. Cowardice! What brave deed have you ever executed in your own country? A soldier on a battlefield is more a slave than a warrior. Zeus will give you his own defense for the part he took in his birth. Now tell me, why is it you want to kill these boys? What have they ever done to you? What logic is there for that? Are you too frightened to face a hero's children? Is this how you take care of Heracles' children? If you are determined to take over the throne of this land, then let us go away, send us into exile.
Go ahead. Insult me all you like. I, however, will repay those harsh words of yours with harsh deeds of my own. Guards, surround the altar with wood and set fire to them, and burn these people. Burn them all alive.
Lycos, godless woman.
She's not a Theban.
She is a foreigner who rules our country most brutally.
But not me. You're not going to order me around. Take everything I work for from my hands.
Get out of here.
And you're not going to murder Heracles' boys either. Not while I'm alive.
You have destroyed this land and become its ruler.
This hand of mine, how it longs to clasp a spear once again. I would stop you from calling me your slave.
Sick with civil strife.
Makes bad decisions.
This city is not right, or else she won't have you as her ruler.
Friends, be careful you don't get into trouble by showing your anger against this tyrant. For our sakes, and you, Amphitryon, listen to my words and see if I'm not talking sense. I love my children. To see them put to death is something too horrible for me. Yet, it is also foolish to fight against one's fate. And since we have to die, then we should not allow our enemies to torture us with fire and laugh at us as we burn. That would be worse than death. Do you really think your son will ever come back from the world of the dead below? Who has ever come back from Hades? I had thought to ask for the children to be exiled, but what would be the point of saving their lives so that they may live in abject poverty? It's a fate just as miserable as death. Come, be brave, and prepare yourself for the death that, whether we like it or not, is our lot. Bravery is in your blood. No one can undo what the fates have done.
It's neither cowardice nor love, for that stops me from dying, but my wish to save my grandchildren, even though this might well be a vain hope. Lycos, here's my neck, and there's the unfortunate mother of these children. You can do what you like with us, murder us, throw us off a high cliff. Save us from witnessing the appalling sight of these children, who are gasping for their lives and calling for their mother and their grandmother. We have no defence against our death.
Let us go to our home, so that I can dress these children in funeral robes.
Fine. That much I will allow you. When you are dressed, I shall return to send you to the world below.
Zeus, you are either a great god, and I, a mere mortal. Yet it seems I am more virtuous than you. I have not betrayed my son's children, but you. Zeus, either you are a mindless god, or you have no sense of justice.
I wish to praise Herakles, to sing a song that crowns all his labours.
It is glory to praise noble deeds. His house is now bereft of friends, and Charon, the underworld's ferryman, waits to take his children on a journey away from life, a journey of no return, a journey against the laws of gods and of man's justice.
Your house, Heracles, looks to your strong arms for protection, but you are not here.
The sons of once mighty Herakles are dressed in the clothes of the dead.
And his dear wife. The children are clinging on to life.
How can I hold back the tears flowing from these eyes? We are ready. The children are prepared and we wait for Lycos. Where is the priest? Where is the man who will sacrifice my unfortunate children? The sacrificial victims are now ready to be led to Hades' halls. Poor children. I gave them life, but only so that others, my enemies, can insult you and torment you, kill you, all for their own enjoyment. All hopes are now gone, my sons. Oh, my darling Heracles, if words of mortals can be heard in the halls of Hades, then hear what I am saying now. Heracles, come and save us.
Daughter, you go on with the funeral rites. Zeus, I raise my hands to the heavens to you in prayer. Zeus, if you have any intentions in helping these children at all, then do so now, because soon your help will be of no use. Life is far too short. Try and live it as best you can. Keep your days and nights free of sadness. Time does not care about saving any of our hopes. I know of no one who can be certain that his wealth or his fame will stay with him. Farewell, my friends. This is the last time you look upon your friend.
Look, Heracles, my beloved husband. Is that the man we were told was beneath the earth?
Unless we are mocked by some dream in the middle of the day.
What misfortune has hit my house?
Is it really you? You have come just in time to save your family.
What do you mean?
My brothers and my old father Creon are all dead.
What? Who killed him?
Civil war. Lycos killed him. The new ruler here. Heracles, she was going to kill your mother, me, and our sons.
But why? What made her so afraid of orphan children?
She was afraid that when they grow up, they would make her pay for killing Creon. Heracles, we were told you were dead.
What put that bleak thought about me in your heads?
Eurystheus' messengers told us.
Have they completely forgotten my battles?
Misfortune does not have many friends.
Now get these horrible wreaths of death off your heads and throw them away. I shall go and tear down this palace of this new upstart queen. Then I shall cut off their shameless heads and throw them to the dogs to gnaw at. I should die defending these boys, since they are about to die defending their father.
It is in your nature to love your friends and hate your enemies. But don't be so hasty. Lycos has many friends. They have formed a group, and together they've broke up the city so they can steal everyone else's possessions. They must have seen you when you entered the city. So take care, son, that you don't unite them against you and have them kill you.
I made my way here secretly. I've been to the house of Hades and brought Cerberus, the three-headed beast, up here to the light of the sun. He's kept at the grove of Demeter, the goddess of the underworld.
What kept you in the underworld for so long?
Theseus. I had to bring him back with me.
Has Theseus returned to his homeland?
Yes. Poor man. He is back in Athens.
Go inside and give thanks to the gods. Go now, the king will be there soon to drag us all away and slaughter us. Don't go into the city until you have everything well prepared.
I hope I'll never be without songs, without garlands.
I sing to praise the glorious victories of Heracles.
Heracles is the son of Zeus, but more than that, more than his high birth, stand his deeds of bravery, deeds of labour. which has made man's life peaceful by killing the gruesome beasts.
Lycos is here.
Amphitryon, do as you've promised, and tell the boys and Herakles' wife to come out here and prepare to die.
Lycos, you perhaps too much misery. Yet we must put up with your wishes.
Where is Megara and the sons of Herakles?
She is sitting by the steps of Hestia's altar, as a suppliant.
Yes, obviously, praying her useless prayers to save her life.
Yes, and to pray in vain for her husband to come back to life.
A husband who was nowhere, dead and gone.
Unless some god or other resurrect him.
I'll bring mother and children out here myself.
Well, go then. Go and meet your own fate. Expect to pay the just price for your evil. I will enjoy watching Lycos die.
The evil fortunes have turned and gone.
Herakles has returned from Hades alive.
Justice, joy floods my eyes.
He has returned. The true king of this land has returned.
A thing beyond my hopes. A thing beyond my expectations. Come, friends, let's see what's happening.
Help! The first note of the sweet song of her looming death.
Not long now.
The sweet groans of a tyrant's death.
Treachery for treachery, Lycos.
Prepare yourself for the penalty of your own deeds.
Not a sound. She is dead. The holy city of Thebes shall celebrate.
Fortune has changed path.
Herakles is king and the tyrant Lycos is dead.
Now we will see if the gods still love the just deed.
Don't be afraid. This is Lyssa, daughter of Night, and I am Iris, messenger of the gods. We have not come to harm the city, but are marshalling against one single man. Hera can now take her revenge against Herakles, the illegitimate son of her husband Zeus. Hera wants to stain him with the blood of his own children. So come now, daughter of Black Night. Use your ruthless heart and send your child-murdering frenzy upon Herakles. He will know the raging anger that Hera and I hold against him. Or else, if this man is not punished, the gods will amount to nothing, and the mortals to everything.
These are honours in which I don't enjoy visiting the homes of mortal friends. So I wish to give Hera some advice before she makes a grave error. And to you too, Iris, if you will accept it. You are sending me to the house of the man who is held in high regards amongst most mortals as well as gods. I'd rather be his friend than his enemy, and I advise you not to plot evil against him.
Neither Hera nor I need your advice.
I'm trying to help you see the right way, not the wrong way.
Zeus's wife did not send you here to talk.
I'm acting against my will. I shall perform yours and Hera's wishes because I'm forced to do so. Herakles, the killer, will not know that he has killed his own children until I have released him from my madness. Well now, Iris, fly back to Olympus.
Greece, you are doomed.
You will lose your great hero.
Lyssa, the Gorgon of the night, the goddess of the many sighs, has already mounted her chariot and prods her horses to destruction.
100 heads of snakes hiss about her stony eyes.
Quickly, fate has turned against the fortunate.
Soon the sons will be murdered by their own father.
A punishment must unjust. And so, the dance begins. 'Tis a dance that ends in the spilling of blood, not in the pouring of wine.
Lyssa is playing the music of murder.
Heracles is hunting his sons.
Sorrow for his mother, friends.
Sorrow too for a mother who bore her children in vain.
Heracles, what are you doing?
You are sending a hellish confusion upon your house.
Look! Someone is coming out from the house. They look terrified.
Thebans! There's a disaster in the palace.
I need no prophet to tell me this.
The children are dead.
Murder of the children.
Murderous hands. The hands of their father.
A destruction that raises our loudest sighs.
Tell us how this destruction came crashing down from the heavens upon his house and upon the poor lives of his sons.
First, Herakles killed Lycos and threw her corpse away. His children, his wife Megara, and his mother, Amphitryon, stood, keeping a silence of reverence. But then Heracles' face completely changed. Eventually he spoke, and at the same time laughed in a frenzied way. In his mind he headed off to a chariot that didn't exist, and struck at the horses that didn't exist. Then Heracles ran throughout the palace until finally he stopped in the centre of the men's quarter. He fell to the floor. Then his sick mind made him think he was fighting his enemies. Frightened, the poor boys rushed about, one scuttling to his palm under the garments, the other behind the column, and the third cowered like a bird at the altar. Megara, their mother, screamed at Heracles. "What are you doing, Heracles?" Heracles killed them all. Then the madness lifted, and he collapsed. He lies there now, unaware that he is the murderer of his own children and wife. There is no one more unfortunate than Heracles.
Heracles, you've murdered all your 3 sons.
Killing them in a frenzy sent to you by fate.
Look there, the servants are bringing out the remains of this horror.
Look how the poor children are lying there dead.
Murdered by their own unfortunate father.
Look how he lies there, asleep.
Look what dreadful sleep after this dreadful murder.
Amphitryon, she cries like a mother bird grieving.
Look how bitter her steps are.
How slowly her feet move towards us.
Quiet! Quiet, and let him go on sleeping. Let him forget his misery. Don't wake the poor man from his peaceful sleep. My grandchildren. He is waking up. I will go inside. It is not even the light of day that makes me, but if he wakes up and kills me, his own mother, adding one evil upon another, then the Furies will add another killing to their curse.
Zeus, why do you hate your own son so much?
Why have you plunged him into such a huge sea of troubles?
What? What am I doing here? What are all these ropes around me? Why am I lying here like this? Why these corpses around me? Have I gone back to Hades? Can one you, friends, over there, help me understand? Mother, what's wrong? Why the tears? Why hide your eyes from me? Why stand so far from me? I am your son, the son you love so dearly.
Disaster, which would make even a god cry. See for yourself. If you've recovered your senses, look there, Heracles. Look there and see the bodies of those children. You have waged a war. There was no war against your own sons.
Who killed these children?
You.
What have I done? My wife, have I also murdered her?
Yes.
How? How did this madness hit me? Why did I not murder myself as well? Should I not kill myself to escape the hatred that awaits me now? Theseus is coming this way. He will see the murderer. A man who has murdered his children will pollute his eyes. The shame of the evil I have done to my children is too great.
I have come with armed men to help Herakles, your son. We have received a report that Lycos has taken over this city and has waged war against you. Herakles saved me from the underworld, and I will repay the favour. What is all this? The ground is covered in corpses. Am I too late? Who murdered these children? Whose wife is this here?
The heavens have delivered us great suffering, Lord. Their father, Theseus, was my unfortunate son. He was their father and their murderer in a fit of madness, Theseus.
Dreadful. This is Hera's carnage. Who is this man here among the corpses?
My son.
What mortal was ever born to suffer so much?
Son, pull away that cover from your eyes. I beg you, my son.
Herakles, it does not matter to me if I suffer the same ill fate as you do now. Herakles, uncover your poor face and look at me.
Theseus, can you see the torture my children have suffered? Leave, my poor friend. Leave this place.
No, Herakles. The spirit of vengeance does not travel from friend to friend. I give you my sympathy.
Sympathy? Do I deserve sympathy for having killed my sons?
Yes, Herakles, I weep for your new misfortunes. Your misfortunes, Herakles, stretch out from the earth to the sky. How far will this anger take you, Herakles?
I will die again and go back to where I have come from, the underworld.
Are these the words of mighty Herakles, the man who has endured so much?
This is too much.
Greece will never allow you to die such a mindless death, Herakles.
My death will not be mindless. My life has been an impossible one. Zeus, my father, made me the focus of Hera's hatred. I have performed impossible labours, killed invincible monsters, and then performed countless tasks before going to the underworld to bring back Cerberus. And this is my last labour. This crowned the miseries of my house. I cannot stay here. Another city, perhaps. Which one? And even if there were some city I could flee to, how could I endure this? For a man like me, Theseus, one who was always known for being blessed, such change is unbearable. I think, Theseus, that there will come a time when my misfortune will deliver me to the point where the very earth will roar out to me not to touch her soil. It would be best that I never again be seen by the Greeks. So why should I go on living? What is the good of living such a useless, damned life? No. Let Hera celebrate. She has achieved her goal. Her jealousy over her husband's visit to the bed of a mortal woman drives her to destroy a man who has done good to all humanity. A totally innocent man.
All this is the work of Hera. Should this cause you to die? But then, there's no mortal who hasn't been touched by misery. Will obey the law, Herakles, and leave Thebes. Come with me to the city of Pallas Athena. I will give you a home and a portion of my wealth. Then, when you die and go to the underworld, the whole of Athens will worship you as their hero. This will also be my repayment for saving my life. When the gods honour us with good fortune, Herakles, we do not need friends.
I have tasted pain many times and have rejected none of them. I have shed no tears over any of them. But now it seems that I must be fate's slave. If I die of my own accord, I would be known as a coward. So be it. I'll hold on to life and come with you to your city and will thank you profusely. Mother, I am now in exile as well as a murderer. Give them a proper burial, Mother. The law forbids me to do this. Stay here, Mother. Stay in this city. Children, your own father has murdered you. And you, my poor wife, unjustly I repaid you for the loyalty you have shown. Theseus, do me this favour. Come with me to Argos to help me collect the reward I earn for bringing back Cerberus. If I am alone, my sadness might cause me to do some harm to myself. Thebes, land of Cadmus, and you, all of you Thebans, join me in my mourning. Attend the burial of my sons and shed tears for all others. We have been destroyed by a single blow from Hera.
Misfortune overpowers even the mighty. Give your hand to a helping friend.
Now that I have lost my sons, I shall regard you as a son.
I'll lead the way.
Goodbye, my son.
Farewell, mother. Bury my sons as I asked, mother. A sad burden to carry, I know. And I, the shameful destroyer of my house, shall follow Theseus. People who think wealth or power is better. Good friends think wrong.
Let us go then, full of tears and sadness, since we have lost our best friends.